Today, we're going back to Ohio to share how a 25-year-old went from broke bank teller to owning 10 rentals and working on acquiring another $1.5 million deal. But that meeting happened totally by accident. Here's how it went down. I had just left the $35,000 apartment complex with Brandon over from the channel Investment Joy. And you had mentioned this is one of the better areas?
Yeah, this is one of the worst in all of Southern Ohio. Over here,
and was heading to Cleveland to meet with Marco from the channel Whiteboard Finance. We need to have a conversation about real estate. Let's go. Get your jacket, let's go. Well, I decided to post an announcement to course members in Ohio, and Michael reached out. Michael's a new course member, and when he joined, he was already in escrow on this duplex that he's buying in Columbus, Ohio, which happened to be about 20 minutes away from where I was when he responded. By the way, there's a Black Friday Cyber Monday coupon down below. So I went over, and I did the usual realtor thing. Yeah, this is 100% a flip. Good sign. This here is honestly probably a rental or an Airbnb. They've got the ring, they've got the electronic lock, they got a backup combo right there. What can I learn about the competition? I would call up Misty Lynn and I would find out, hey, when's your deal coming on the market? And are you also going to paint and prime the wood? Because otherwise this will be rotten. What's up with the fixer-uppers around here? The brick chimney has started deteriorating and cracking a little bit. But I mean, this is beautiful. What about new construction? What's the overall maintenance like of properties nearby? Now, we do have a couple bads, right? We've got this one that's half boarded up. We got an abandoned one that's down the street. But then you've got this newer green one here. Look at this, you've got pretty much brand new construction. Well, then Remington showed up. All right, let me see if this is actually the investing course member's realtor. Remington? Hey there.
Hey, sorry about that.
Nice to meet you. No worries. Thanks for coming out. This is where the plot line thickens. You see, I was here to visit a duplex and see if it was a good deal, which we'll talk about whether or not it's a good deal in just a moment. But then things took a turn. See, to me, even if I have a suspicion as to what the answer for something is, I like to ask questions. Learning someone else's perspective is incredibly important, and that's true in relationships, in negotiations, and pretty much everything in life. So I started asking questions like I usually do. And one of my favorite questions to ask in real estate is, hey, how's the neighborhood, in your opinion?
I mean, this is an okay area.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're building. I mean, we got new construction, reconstruction.
I mean, so I volunteer for Habitat for Humanity.
This led to the discussion over which areas he prefers to invest in himself. Then I specifically asked him if he would personally invest here, out in this area.
Yeah, if you will. I don't like to have my portfolio in this area.
See, I personally believe that if I tell you as a watcher, hey, buying wedge deals in real estate is a really good idea, I should be buying wedge deals as much as possible. So for me, where a realtor invests is actually very important. As we walked through the vacant side of this duplex, we started talking a little bit more about not only this area and what this area used to be.
I mean, so the thing is, this area used to be a war zone.
But we also talked about the area and the deal that he's currently working on.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, so where do you like to invest? Because I mean...
So I like to invest in places that are too expensive for out-of-state investors.
Yes, okay, yeah. So what's your median purchase price that you like to invest in? Maybe they turn the power off.
Well, so if you have time, I can show you the deal that I'm working on right now, which is a $1.6 million deal in Marion Village that I'm getting 50% equity partnership in.
Since I'm always curious about making money, I took him up on the offer, but we'll circle back to the numbers for Michael's duplex. So let's go see what he's investing in. That's always a tell to me. So where are they investing? And not saying this is bad. See, when it comes to real estate, a lot of people think you can treat real estate like you can a stock or company. You go to the SEC's website, you pull up the latest quarterly report, and you start reading. You pull the Warren Buffett method and you ask questions based on the report, and you pull the other typical methods of plotting stuff into spreadsheets, and then you either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. To me, I take the opposite approach, and that's the approach I teach in my real estate investing course as well. It's also why I'm traveling around the country, so that I could meet people and understand the deals they're working on in person first. Then I do the math later. Now, there's an easy way to understand real estate in an area, and there's a hard way. The hard way is you live in the area, you live there for years, and that way you start building up this intuition to where if somebody hits you up and says, hey, you want to do a Craigslist deal on a certain intersection at 9 p.m. tonight or not? And even if you decide to conduct that transaction, you ask yourself when you're picking up that 4-inch serrated blade pocket knife, am I just bringing a knife to a gunfight, or am I going to be okay without this? But see, this is the hard way. I've got about 30 minutes in Columbus, and then I gotta get to Cleveland, Ohio to meet up with Marco.
Keep going.
So we quickly drive over to the deal that Remington's working on. Now, when we arrive at the next property, Remington does something that I think is absolutely brilliant. In fact, it's exactly what I teach in my real estate agent sales course. Heck, maybe he's a member, fingers crossed.
So it goes, so if it's kind of, Parsons running down this way.
Yeah.
So German Village is really, really nice.
Okay.
And then we're in Marion Village right now, and it's pretty good. Probably like low B neighborhood.
He teaches people the easy way to understand neighborhoods. Here's a sample. You can clearly see how quickly Remington can educate me in an area that I'm clueless about.
And like right here is gold right now, because like that's where my broker will buy, that's where I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we were probably like right here.
Oh wow, okay.
So really, really close.
So it's close to gold is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. And like in
You're striking silver.
5-10 years,
Yeah. Then he shows me inside this deal, and this is where the tables turn. This is where I learn that he went to college and became a bank teller with no money.
Well, so I've been buying in real estate. I've been buying real estate for 2 years.
How have you been supporting yourself?
I used to work for JP Morgan.
Yep, W-2, perfect. He didn't inherit money, he didn't somehow come upon a big lottery win. He was working as a bank teller. And I did a little bit of research and found that according to Investopedia and the Bureau of Labor Statistics, bank tellers usually make around $11.99 an hour. Maybe a little bit more if you're in a more expensive area like California or New York. That only works out to an income of about $25,000 per year. Now, the cool thing about going from college to a job is that on day one of his job, Remington is able to take advantage of a loophole in the qualifying guidelines that say, hey, you need 2 years of work experience to be able to qualify. Oh, but you went to school for 2 years as a finance major. Hey, no problem. Now it's your first day working at a bank. Sounds like you qualify for a 2-year work experience. You're good. So out of college?
Yep.
Out of college, you got right into duplexes. Mm-hmm. And without much else, Remington and his college roommate qualified for a $330,000 mortgage on a duplex with a 30-year fixed-rate loan at 3.75%. So he bought a duplex where he was able to find below market value rents, raised the rents, and house hacked the deal he was in. See, because he knew the area and learned about the area the hard way, he was able to find a good deal. Even though he wasn't even a real estate agent at the time, he was a bank teller. He just surrounded himself with knowledgeable people. This is what you should do as well. But Remington didn't stop there.
Well, yeah, I manage all my client stuff.
Oh, really? You did all the management too?
Well, only
why
if
not?
It's in a certain area.
See, he was able to buy this duplex at a below market value price. So even though on paper it looks like he only put 3.5% down, because he got a good deal, it's quite possible he effectively put 10 to 25% down. It just wasn't all his money, it was his equity. Building on this experience and building on his effort and his decision to take the first step to get involved in real estate, whether that's buying a book or buying a property or buying a course, he then leveraged his knowledge and turned this ability to buy properties for 3.5% down into a wealth accumulation strategy. Then he decided to do the same thing and ended up moving into a fourplex, which he bought with 3.5% down. And then he did it again. He bought another fourplex with 3.5% down. This is how by 25 years old, he went from bank teller to 10 rental units. And it's a testament to how even with little money, an education in real estate can quickly turn you into a well-to-do landlord. Now let's go back to what we came here for. Michael's duplex has a 3-bedroom, 1-bath on each side. One side is vacant, one side rents for $550. However, Michael was able to quickly, with the help of Remington, find a tenant for the vacant unit for $1,100 on that same $170,000 deal. At a 35% expense ratio, the property clocks in at a 10% cap rate. This is really, really good. Now, even if we consider financing the deal at 25%, his future cash flow, once replacing that tenant paying $550, could be as high as $700 to $800, depending on, of course, how much work the other unit needs. Now, what about the fact that Remington said he doesn't like the area? This is where it becomes important to realize the 3 different ways to make money in real estate. You can make money in real estate through cash flow, or through appreciation, or through buying below market value deals. Those are the 3 ways to make money in real estate. In Michael's case, he's pretty much buying a cash flow deal. By getting the deal below market value rent-wise, he's able to maximize his cash flow. But as soon as that property rents for more money, the market value of that property will go up as well. So he's taking advantage of cash flow and buying a below market value deal. However, until this area gentrifies, Michael might see less appreciation, or he might have to deal with the struggles of a gentrifying neighborhood. However, in the future, this area might see skyrocketing appreciation. So either way you slice it, Michael's deal looks awesome. But notice what Remington is doing differently. He's trying to get into a $1.5 million property and get that below market value. And this is where sometimes, with similar effort, you can actually make a lot more money with more expensive deals because you're taking the same effort and focusing them on bigger numbers. However, even though Remington's also getting a good deal, his entry price is a lot higher because that neighborhood is already established. It already has an excellent reputation. And usually when you're buying in neighborhoods with an excellent reputation, you tend to have less cash flow. Though sometimes you can make that up with more consistent appreciation.
Why am I buying them?
Yeah, all of those questions.
So, well, they're so special because of the area. Marion Village is a pretty good area.
Okay, area.
And you know, you might not get the cash flow that you get back. So back where we were, it has much better cash flow.
What's your typical here? Like if you had caps
it just
or whatever?
depends.
It just depends, yeah. I mean, what are these units?
So we're buying this at like a 7 cap.
Okay.
So nothing great, but you know,
And what's that out there? Like a 10?
Yeah.
Now, this isn't supposed to confuse you or make you feel like Michael's deal is better or worse than Remington's deal, or Remington's $1.5 million deal is somehow better or worse. Instead, it's to show you that your best bet is to start buying real estate in an area that you're familiar with, where you have a competitive advantage. Then find a Remington and then look at the opportunities. If you can find the Michael deals, do them. If you could find the Remington deals, do them. I personally believe in the long run, both Remington and Michael's deal will probably look the same. So the big takeaway lesson is, don't wait to buy real estate and then wait, and go hunt for those deals. Join me in the real estate investing course. Check out the do-it-yourself property management course as well so you can increase your cash flow, and even consider the newly announced personal finance course, all linked below. Thank you so much for taking the time.
No problem. Thanks for
Awesome.
coming out.
Appreciate it. Do you have like an Instagram or something you want to show?
Remington Lyman, Instagram. I'm not like big into social media, but
Well,
yeah.
now at least it's out there.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, congrats, man.